You have learned how to make the basic structure of a table. You also learned how to span cell contents across the rows or across the columns. Now let's see how can you modify them for better appearance using some HTML attributes of table, th, tr and td. First, let's have a look at the attributes of table. You previously add border around table using the border attribute. You can also change that border thickness, providing some value to the attribute. So, I am writing 3. So, for the output, so your border thickens. But don't take it too far, otherwise your table will not look good. Now the default border color is black or gray. Now you can change this border color using the border color attribute. So, border color, and I am providing blue here. So I am typing the color names, not using the hex code, just typing the name. So our border changes to blue color. Now, as you can see, your table is wide enough to just fit the content, meaning the table cells will automatically adjust their width according to the content inside. But there is no extra space between the cell border and your content. It looks the table a little bit congested. So if you want to add some extra space between this border and the content, you also have an attribute of the table. This attribute is called cell padding. So cell padding attribute it is. So I am providing a value of 10. The higher you provide the value, the greater will be the space between the cell wall and your content. So now you can see the output. Now this cell padding attribute provides extra space not on the left and right side but also to the top and bottom. So cell padding attribute provides extra space to top, bottom, left, right, 4 edges. Okay, now you can also increase the space between these two cells. As you can see, there is by default a space between the adjacent cells. Either you can decrease it or you can increase it. For both purpose, you will need cell spacing attribute of table. So let's apply that. So there is cell spacing. So if I increase it, let's say giving a value of 5, because too much space between the cells is not looking good. So F5, and you can see the space between the adjacent cells increase. As like the border, don't take it too far, otherwise your table will not look good. Now if you want to delete this extra space, you can make it 1, say let's save it, and now you can see the spacing between the adjacent cells decreased. Okay, now by default, as you can see, your table appears at the left margin, means it is by default left aligned. But using the align attribute of table, you can make your table appear at the center location or at the right position. So there is also an align attribute to the table element. So for align, I am providing the value center. A table looks good when it's appear at the center of the page, as I think. So I am providing the value center, and your table appears at the center with this caption also. Now all the designing, and let's come to the coloring of your table. You can add color to your table. So you used BG color attribute to add color to the web page. You can use the same attribute here to color your table. So the BG color attribute also applied to the table. So what I am providing yellow, say yellow, saving, and your table is yellow now. So when you apply BG color attribute to the table element, your whole table will be colored with the same color. Now what if you want to color your rows or your columns separately? So you can also use this BG color attribute to TH or TD. You can use it, and whenever you use this BG color attribute to TH, TD or TR, the value of this BG color will override the value of the BG color applied in table. So let's say the heading, the topmost heading, the topmost row, I'm going to change its color. So as I want to change the color of the whole row, I am using the BG color inside TR. So BG color, and let's say cyan, then so it is overriding the BG color value of the table. Now let's make it yellow. Okay, then let's say I'm going to change the color of this row, but this row has one cell which spans across the rows, 4 rows. So anytime you can override it. So if I provide a BG color value to this row, the second row, say third row, then that happens because this row has also this and this. So this happens. Now you want to override the color of these things. So you have to provide separate color for this TD elements. So whenever you use a value, BG color value in the table element, and then you are using some other color value in the TR, it will going to override the value of table. And then whenever you are going to give a separate color to the cells, you will provide the BG color, separate BG color value to your TH or TD, and it will going to override the value given in the TR. So let's overwrite it. So here add some other color. So BG color, say I'm using the tomato color. So let's see it's going to overwrite it or not. So it's overwrite this color, and let's also change this color. So you have to provide many BG color. So I'm going to stick to some other color. I'm going to give some other color here just for the demonstration purpose. So let's say what color can I give? I can give the color gold. So this TD will also override this TR color. So the problem is you have to apply BG color value every time you want to give a separate color to your cells or to your rows. So we don't use this BG color attribute or some more attributes of table in HTML. We use CSS for this purpose, where we have to write less and the effect will be more. But for knowledge purpose, you can use this BG color. For knowledge purpose, you learned that you can override the BG color value of your table. You can provide BG color to different cells or different rows to override the value of this BG color given in the table. But for designing purpose, nowadays we use CSS. And one more thing, do not give too much color, because that will suppress the content which is your actual aim to show to your user. So keep it as simple as you can. So that's all for this video.